To you. Yes, so the Jatayu is the from the Ramayana, a story about how this vulture, him and his brother were half man, half vulture. They were huge. They were actually nephews of Garuda the eagle, and they all had the ability to be very strong and very big. You know, they weren't just half man, half bird. They were more than that. They were super beings, and they were devotees of Lord Ram. And the story would take too long, and a lot of you heard it when we did the whole of the Ramayana in the Yin class a few months ago. We read a bit of it every week. And that was a big part of the story when Sita was captured by the evil king Ravana, and Jatayu the vulture came to help her. He did his best. So the lesson behind the story, what we're trying to get over through our sequence today, is to be really strong, to always help others, to stand up against bullies, which Ravana was, and just do your best to help whenever you can. So in yoga, it's very much about we're born to serve. And if we serve others, then that really helps our own karma as well. But we shouldn't do things with that in mind. If I do this, then this will happen, this will benefit me. It should come from the heart. Welcome, Barbara. So yes, it's all about being humble, being courageous and strong, and helping others as much as you can, as Jatayu did. And some helped Jatayu. So there are many different stories, and probably a bit too much to tell you too much about, but I will tell you a little bit. So let's lie in Shavasana and bend our knees once you arrive on your spot. Let the knees bend. And we'll get right into it. So a few warm-ups on the mat, and then we'll get up. So you're lying back, your knees are bent, feet grounded, and the breath is just nice and even, flowing in and out through the nose in a nice, even way. Make sure you can see my mat. Yes, I hope your picture is okay for you there. Now, feeling the earth underneath you, feeling really grounded and ready for your sequence, without making it a huge movement. So when we do windscreen wipers, our legs go quite far to either side. But when I say tick-tock the legs, you keep your feet flat. They hardly move. So begin with just that little tick-tocking. Knees just swaying right and left, just enough to feel that you're crossing your tailbone in order to awaken the spinal nerves. Sure, and you can see the screen. I'll show you the distance that I mean. So my feet are grounded, and I'm simply tick-tocking very gently, and I can feel my sacrum and tailbone on the ground. So just do that for a few moments, sending a signal to the spinal nerves to awaken. Meanwhile, breathing the oxygen into the bloodstream and into the lungs in readiness. Now, as you settle back to the center, extend your left leg strong and bring your right knee into your hands. Give it a little squeeze. Keep stretching the left leg as far away as you can and press it down firmly. Now, with your right hand only, nudge the right knee closer to the armpit of the right side. And then lift the foot above the knee. And either you can hook like this, if it's difficult for you to reach your foot without effort, just hook your arm, your forearm, around the back of your thigh. Or if you can reach easily, hold your right foot, keeping the knee close to your armpit and the ankle above the knee. You can use your left hand because the left leg might be bending now. You can press the thigh down with your left hand. This is just showing a little tightness in the psoas connections. When we do one thing with one side, the other side almost wants to mirror it and the leg starts bending. Let me join in. I just try and keep the left leg straight. So there are really two stories about Jatayu and his brother Sampati, but they definitely tie in together. And the first story is just a little bit of history about the brothers, who were these sort of superhuman, half vulture, half man. And as any other brothers, they were very competitive with each other. And one day they wanted to see who could fly the highest. From this happy baby, this half happy baby, please take the left leg into a bent position, foot flat on the floor, and outturn the right leg, placing the ankle on the left thigh, making that figure 4 shape. As always, you can keep your left foot grounded, or drawing down on your belly, you can lift the left foot and hold the left thigh to hug the legs closer. Stronger hip stretch on the right. So yes, they were seeing who could fly the highest, showing off. And Jatayu was getting higher and higher and higher that he didn't even notice how dangerously close to the sun he was. Some of you will remember this story. Sampati looked and was like really scared for his brother. So he swooped over and wrapped his wings to protect his brother. The only thing was they were so close to the sun that as he wrapped his wings around his brother, his wings got so badly burned that he was never able to use them again. As they fell to the earth, Jatayu having to hold on to Sampati because his wings were so badly burned, they landed exhausted on the earth. There are many other stories, but basically from that point on, the brothers then went their own way. Sampati had to live the rest of his life on the ground because his wings were non-repairable, and Jatayu became a very deep devotee of Lord Ram and flew everywhere Lord Ram was so he could protect him. And then the other story I'll tell you a little bit about later. From here, pop the left foot back down and stretch the right leg up straight this time to stretch the hamstrings. Holding on to your right leg wherever you can reach, just pull the leg gently towards you. Looking up at your right foot, circle it 3 times one way, maybe clockwise. And after 3 that way, do 3 the opposite. Noticing how the right leg is feeling. After 3 of each, give it another little pull in. Re-straighten your left leg and re-bend your right leg for a twist. Release your right arm out to the right of your right shoulder. And using your left hand, draw the right leg over your body, rolling over slightly, but keeping your right shoulder grounded. Look to your right so that your neck is also stretching, awakening the whole spine, and deeply breathe. One more breath. And then roll back onto your back, bending both knees. Relax your arms by your side, and we'll start the whole thing with the other side. So you're going to extend your right leg straight, hug your left knee in with both hands and squeeze it towards you, noticing any resistance, any tightness. And then nudging the right knee more to the right armpit and taking the foot above the knee. Remember, you can hook your left arm behind the thigh if it's too much of a strain to catch your left foot. Right hand is pressing on the upper right thigh to try and persuade the right leg to stay nice and straight. Hamstrings and psoas, main muscles here, and other hip flexor muscles, ligaments, tendons as well. Ardha Ananda Balasana, half happy baby. This will help us with our squats today. We have some Hindi squats and some chair pose squats, Utkatasana. From here, rebend your right leg, placing the foot on the floor, and cross the left leg over, again making the figure 4 for the hip stretch on the left. See how it feels? Maybe stay there, or pulling in your core muscles, lift the right foot and hug the right leg, bringing both legs closer to your chest. Deep awareness of stretch in the left buttock, the whole of the left hip area, maybe even the groin, maybe even the psoas frontal attachments at the very top of your thighs. We're all different. Try and keep your chest nice and open, collarbones smiling, shoulders down. I guess if I got to bed early enough on a Sunday night, I could maybe do a Monday morning 10 a.m. It would be 5 a.m. for me. Let me think about that. Then we could have a 10 a.m. on a Monday, a 6:15 yin on a Tuesday, and a 12:15 on a Thursday. That would be a good combination. And of course, they're always there for catch-up. Now place the right foot back down and extend the left leg up in the air, stretching the left leg towards you, holding on wherever you can. You can keep the right leg bent so you can really focus on the left. Circle the ankle 3 times one way and 3 the other. And give it an extra little pull towards you. Straighten out the right leg again on the floor. Rebend the left leg. Reach out your left arm to the left and look to your left as you cross the right leg over to a reclining twist. Just 3 or 4 breaths here, turning the neck all the way around to see the left hand. One more breath. And rolling back to center. Now as you roll back, catch your left knee in your left hand. Bend up your right knee into your right hand and bring the knees wide for full happy baby. Again, the arms could just be hooked under the thighs, so your feet above your knees like so. Or if it doesn't strain your neck, reach up for your feet. And using your arm strength, pulling your knees down towards the floor, either side of your ribs. Try your best to have your feet about the same width as your knees. Don't flare the feet out wide. So it looks like an upside down Hindi squat. Pressing into the whole of the spine, broaden across the center of your upper back. Pressing down on the shoulder blades. Down into the mid-back, try and get your waistband area stretched down into the floor. And then cross the ankles in mid-air and tuck them towards your bottom. Lift up your head and shoulders and rock up to sitting. There we go. And then from sitting, come all the way over onto your hands and knees. I'm just seeing if anyone else has signed in. Nope, that's it for now. All right, onto the hands and knees, please. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, of course. And separating your knees under your hips. Now we're not doing cow-cat, we're doing little baby chaturangas. We're going to tuck our toes under. And we're not going to let our feet come off the floor. So glue your tucked toes into the mat. Suck in your tummy. Bring your weight forward. Let me just come back from the mic a little bit. I don't be deafening you all. Bring your weight forward so your shoulders are right above your fingers rather than your wrists, yeah? You shift your weight forward and then bending the elbows and making sure they don't do this. Don't let them go out to the right and left. Brush your ribs with your upper arms, come down and up. Only go down as far as you can easily get back up again, which might only be a little bit, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, but don't go lower than the bend of your elbows and press back up. A few more. Keep the tummy tight, tailbone long or slightly tucked under if your back feels hollow. Breathe. 3 more, please. Bend and straighten. Tight tummy. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Now push back towards your rolled up toes, your rolled under toes, and then try and rock up onto your toes and walk up to the front of your mat. Okay, shake out your legs, roll out your shoulders. I'm going to tie up my hair because it's going to get a little bit hot, this routine, depending on how hard you work, of course. As always, there will be places where you might take a more gentle option. We're working in the Super Soul style, so most of you know what that is, but not all of you, so I won't presume. Super Soul Yoga was the 300-hour advanced teacher training I did, I just love saying that, in India a few years ago now. And the sun salutations are more like the power yoga style, but they're very much heart-centered as well. So keep your heart centered. Your main difference will be, if you wish to take it, well, we'll go slowly through the first few anyway, and you can stay that way with Cobra, Up Dog, okay? It gets harder, but only if you want it to. So, at the front of our mat, before we do any of that, bring your feet nice and wide, about the width of your mat. And then moving your weight side to side, just get the legs ready. They're kind of ready with the warm-up that we've just done. And as you're bending your knees, start to come right down into a Hindi squat. Now, every time we come down into the Hindi squat, I want you to relax down. Relax the internal muscles, relax your hips, and you'll get further. Just really drop down into it, okay? So we're going to do it 10 times. Bring the hands to Anjali Mudra. Push up, hands to the sky, breathing in. Here we go. Now lift your core muscles, pull everything in. Relax, hands in prayer, exhale. 1. Lift, relax. 2. 3. 4. 5. 5 more, please. Pull up the muscle tone, relax the muscle tone. 6. Reach up strong, relax down. Reach up, relax down. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. And just stay here for a breath or two, noticing if it feels a little bit easier. Like I say, Happy Baby really helps you to get better with your Hindi squats, and Hindi squats will make Happy Baby feel better. Breathing in, come up nice and casually. Breathing out, take your feet in a little bit, not too narrow, don't bring them all the way together. Now, 10 times, Utkatasana, the chair pose, and then rising up, hands to the sky. So same but different, yes? Let's do it. So inhale, arms up to the sky. Now push your tail back, bring the weight into your heels. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale up, relax, exhale back. Inhale, nice and tight and lifted. Exhale, relax. Make sure your bottom is sending back and down, and don't push your knees over your toes. Go behind your toes with your knees. Toes should feel light. Press back. Arms are staying up as high as you can until they feel tired. I've lost count. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now rise up and keep the arms nice and high, and just breathe here in a static arm hold. Just holding your arms up nice and high. Pulling down on your ribs, in through your tummy, up through your pelvic floor. Weight distributed between heels and toes, between right and left. Try to notice if subtly you might feel that you're heavier on your right leg, or maybe on your left leg, and see if you can find perfect balance while keeping those arms up there. Static contraction to build endurance in the arms. And in the mind as well. The mind will say, bring your arms down, and you just tell them, no, I'm okay. I can hold my arms up in the air, that's all. It's nothing too major. On your next exhale, lower the arms but only to shoulder height. Don't let them go all the way down. Reach them out to either side and have a look to your right and left and try to have them as even as possible. As you're reaching out through the fingertips, now flex, so you're pressing out through the palms of your hands. Push the walls away with your hands, press. Feel the muscles in your back, keep the core muscles lifted and tight, press, press. Straighten out the hands again and then make a fist with each hand. Rotate the wrists, change direction. And then stretch out the fingers again. Now don't lower those arms. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Bring your hands straight in front. Rotate so the palms are up. You can see your inner arms. And then palms down. Palms up, palms down. Palms up, palms down. One more time. Palms up, palms down. Now half rotate so the thumbs are up and the palms face each other. And with a big breath in, last time everyone, arms up to the sky. Now breathe out and hold them. Yes, you can. Squeeze your tummy and drop your shoulders. Don't force your shoulders down. If they want to rise, if it feels better to really lift your shoulders, let them lift. Now try not to push your pelvis forward and try not to tense the buttocks. It doesn't help. Holding here, getting ready for our Super Soul Surya Virabhadra. Surya Namaskaram A. Sun salutation, Super Soul style. All right, drop your arms, everyone. Let them go. Woo, relax those shoulders. Now find a very strong Tadasana and place your hands in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra, with the thumbs touching the breastbone. Born to serve. Breathing in, reach up, no back bend. Breathing out, reach down to the earth. Inhale, reach back up, widen the feet for the Hindi squat, hands to the heart. Exhale. Inhale, stand tall and flick your toes to point forward. And exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, look forward, come halfway up so your hands are on your shins and your arms and spine are straight. And then bring the hands all the way down for plank. Reach right leg and left leg back and get a nice strong plank position. Hold on to your tummy. Bend your elbows, place your knees down and then lower your whole body all the way to the floor. Breathing into Cobra, shrug the shoulders back and look up. Then pushing up strongly, tuck your toes. Send your bottom back and lift the tail, downward facing dog. Now in this style of sun salutations, we hold for 5 breaths on the first few down dogs. So breathing in and out 1, in and out 2, in and out 3, in and out 4, in and out 5. Look forward. Take a big step, if you can, right to your right hand with your right foot and left foot to left hand, Hindi squat. Drop down, look forward. Breathing in, reach up, flick the toes forward. Breathing out, hands to the heart. Inhale, rise, no back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway up, inhale, all the way down. Exhale. Step left foot back into plank followed by right, tummy tight. Bring your knees down and lower yourself all the way down for a cobra. And remember that you can keep doing this. When I start to make it bigger, you can stay what we're doing right now. Press up, tuck the toes, send your bottom back and lift up again for 5 breaths. Down dog. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees, take a big stride with your left foot so it lands near your left wrist. And with the right, Hindi squat, drop down. Inhale, press up, hands to the sky, flick the toes in. Exhale, hands to the heart, born to serve. It's going to start getting a little bit trickier, a little bit faster. If you want to, remember, stay slower, stay with that routine. Cobra, coming all the way down, use your knees to get down if necessary. Here we go. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, hands to the shins, and if you feel ready, jump into a plank. You can step, plank. Now you can chaturanga. You can put your knees down, and rather than cobra, you press from there to an upward facing dog, like a bigger cobra. Then your downward facing dog. 5. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this time you can step like we've done before or jump to Hindi squat. Feet go wide, bend your knees and jump wide. Hindi squat. Round 4. Inhale, reach up, turn your toes in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Born to serve. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway up, tighten your tummy, jump back to plank. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga and up to cobra or up dog. Rolling through the toes, downward facing dog. We've got one more set after this one. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hindi squat, everyone. Jump or step. Sink down, lift the head and chest up. And rise. Inhale, flick the toes in, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, last time like this. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to floor, jumper walk plank. Lower down by the knees or full plank into chaturanga and up. Rise to downward facing dog. This is the last time we hold our dog for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jumper step, Hindi squat. Now stay in a Hindi squat for a few breaths. Try and settle down and see if it feels easier now that the body is warmer, the blood's pumping through the muscles, the joints are more space. See how it feels. After this warm-up called Super Soul Surya Namaskaram A, we move to Surya Namaskaram B. The Hindi squat comes out and chair pose goes in, and then we start to add on. Before we do, from your Hindi squat, take your hands behind and drop down to a sitting in butterfly position. Let's just do a little bit more with the hips. Either your ankles or interlacing your hands around your feet, bounce your legs up and down. So the years rolled by for Jatayu and his brother Sampati, and they didn't see each other for a very, very long time. Do some of you remember that story about Sita being captured, like I mentioned at the beginning, by the evil King Ravana, who had a harem of women and he wanted Sita. So he came in his magic flying chariot and stole her away when Ram had been tricked to leave her in the cottage by herself. They were living in the forest, and that's another long story. So by this time Jatayu was very old and not very able to do much, but he could not stand to see Sita being kidnapped. So he tried his best to fight with Ravana, and in the end he was almost killed. Ravana chopped at his wings and he was bleeding, and he was in a terrible state. But he managed to stay alive long enough for Ram to find him and point out where Sita had been taken by the evil King Ravana, which was way over the ocean to Sri Lanka. It was a long way off, and that's the next part of the story. Bring your knees together now and rolling over and coming back up to standing for Super Soul B. So, standing with your feet quite wide, wider than the last sun salutation, but not pointed out, just straight ahead. Pull in your tummy, drop your tail, and as you inhale, raise up nice and strong. Again, no back bend. And then exhale into Utkatasana, the chair pose. Inhale, stand up tall, and exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, hands to the shins, look forward. And exhale again, just like before, walk or jump to the plank. Either lower your knees or full chaturanga, through to up dog. There's a change coming, rolling up to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up in the sky, everyone, reach up, then look forward and exhale into warrior one, pivoting the left heel down, bending the right knee and trying to get your body to face the front short end of your mat. Reach those strong arms up again, look up at the sky, look up and say, hey, evil King Ravana, let's Sita go. Open up your heart. Be strong, be a warrior for peace and stand up for what's right. Do not let the bullies win. Have courage, have strength. This beautiful warrior one pose, quite tricky to get the alignment just right. You'll know you've got it if it doesn't hurt your lower back and your legs feel strong. And that just comes with practice. One more breath. And then lowering down over your right leg, placing your hands down, coming up onto the left toes and stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale through to plank. Exhale, oh no, sorry. Go back up to down dog. We do the other side straight away. I nearly made you do too many vinyasas there. So from your down dog, bring the left leg up. Inhale. And then swing it through to warrior one on the left, pivoting the right heel, left knee, and reaching up to the heavens. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, tummy tight, tail down. Let's take a couple more breaths because we stayed longer on the other side. Don't want you uneven. One more from here. Now we have our vinyasa. Reaching forward and down, placing the hands down, stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Remember you can bring your knees down. Or exhale, full chaturanga. Inhale, head and chest up, cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward and jump. Try not to let your toes turn out this time. Jump forward or step and then breathing in, rise up. Breathing out, hands to heart. How did you get on? So from there, we start to change again. The next 5 breaths, we're going to introduce the pose of Jatayu. You're going to fly like a big, strong vulture, half human, half bird. Follow me. Feet are again a little bit wider. I better turn my page or I might forget what I'm doing. Tummy is tight. Inhale the arms up, ready for chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale. Inhale all the way up to the sky and exhale into Uttanasana, the forward bend. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up, inhale, ready to walk or jump to plank. Exhale. Knees up or down, cobra or, once you're down, cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Here we go, class. Right leg in the air, inhale. Swing it through to the warrior one, exhale. Now take one breath here. Inhale, exhale. As you bring your weight forward over your right leg, swing your arms to point back like wings of a great big vulture. Tip forward more and more and more, but not down. Don't bring your head down. Keep looking forward and take your weight onto your right leg. Straighten it. Like warrior 3, lift your left leg to hip height. Reach the arms back. Try and find levelness in your hips. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now listen, Bring your hands down to the front. Bring the left toes down to the back. Yes, are you with me? Bring your right leg back and throw it up in the air. Here we go. Three-legged dog. Now the vinyasa with the right leg in the air. Yes, you can. Come forward into plank. Try that little bend in your elbows with the right leg high. Now drop the right foot beside the left. Roll onto 10 toenails, up dog or lower to cobra. Roll through the feet, downward facing dog. Did you manage? Ooh, left side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring it through to warrior one, pivoting the right heel down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hold. Reach forward and swing the arms like big giant wings behind you. Tip forward. Keep going forward through the crown of your head. Straighten your left leg, lift your right. The head's on the Christmas tree. Square your hips and hold. Inhale, exhale, one. Strong and determined to help those in need. Jatayu is flying to Ravana's flying chariot. Now when you get to the fifth breath, you drop your hands. Spread your fingers. Take the right foot behind you to the mat. Take the left leg back and up in the air. Left leg up. Keeping the left leg high, come forward. Plank with the leg up. Chaturanga with the leg up. Then drop down through the feet and lift up through the head and chest. Upward facing dog. Roll through the feet. Downward facing dog. Breathing in, bring the knees to the earth. Release your toes, breathing out, take a little rest. Balasana, child's pose. Perhaps bringing the hands under the forehead or down by the feet. Relax. Whew. When Rama came across his good friend and protector, Jatayu, he was distraught. Jatayu told him what had happened and that Rama's beloved wife Sita had been kidnapped by the evil Ravana. He pointed him in the direction and begged Rama to give him moksha, liberation. So Rama did a ceremony for him as he passed over to the other side and liberated his soul. Much later in the story, the Rama and his brother Lakshmi and the whole army, including Hanuman, the monkey, were trying to get to Sita, and they were really starting to give up hope. And they were all lying exhausted on the shore, looking at this vast ocean in front of them, thinking, how are we ever going to cross the ocean? And just then, a big herd, group, I don't know what you would call them, of creatures came towards them thinking they were going to get a feast. They saw all these people lying, thinking they were dead or near death. One of them was Sampati, who was, of course, living on the ground. And as he approached, he heard Rama and Lakshmi lamenting about the dearly departed Jatayu. And he said, Jatayu is my brother. Where is he? Tell me, I must see him. I haven't seen him for many years. So Rama had to break the news that with his dying breath, Jatayu was a hero and he had sent them this way to get Sita back. So of course, Sampati felt really honoured to be in the company of who he now knew to be Lord Rama. And the story goes on with Sampati's help. And of course, Hanuman crossing the ocean. It's a wonderful story. If you've never read the Ramayana, you should really try and get a hold of it. Okay, Ramayana. I'm never quite sure how it's pronounced. Ramayana, that's it. Ramayana. It's a great book. So Rama, R-A-M-A, Yanu, Y-A-N-U. Ramayana. It's a funny one to pronounce. All right, here we go. Now the next time, our Jatayu is going to change from 5 breaths to 1 or 2, just to get you into it. Then we're going to add something else. Let's have some fun. Come out of child's pose, stretch your arms to the front of your mat, spread your fingers, Inhale, rise to all fours, tuck in your toes. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Ready to try and jump into a chair pose position? So bending your knees and jumping between your hands or walking. And then keeping your knees bent, reach your arms up to Utkatasana. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands back to heart center, born to serve, just like Jatayu served Lord Ram. Inhale, reach the arms up. Another chair pose. Exhale, press back. Inhale, tummy tight. Exhale all the way down, Uttanasana. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, walker jump, plank. Keep tummy strong. Lower down, your knees can go down or stay in full position. And through to cobra or up dog. Rolling through the feet, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swing it into warrior one position. Left heel down, arms up. Inhale, exhale. Now reach your weight forward, swing your arms back like wings and come up into Jatayu. Hold, got it. Inhale, exhale. Now listen, come into stand up tall on that right leg at the front of your mat. Bring the left leg from behind, bring the knee in front of the hip and the arms up to the sky. You can stay like this. You can hold on to your knee. Or you can bind your left big toe and bring the leg forward. Bring the right arm up. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. And no hands. Hold the leg up. And then release. Take it behind you. So the left leg's going back to the dog position. The hands come to dog position. You can go to full dog if you don't want to do it. Okay, right leg back and up in the air if you want to come with me. Right leg up. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low plank. Drop the feet, turn onto the toes. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Everybody, left side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step through, Virabhadrasana, one position. Inhale, arms, head and chest up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, ready for Jatayu. Swing the arms back, lean forward. Exhale, up onto your left leg, find it. Inhale, exhale. Now, arms to the sky, stand tall, pull in your tummy, swing the knee in front. Remember, this can be it. Or bind your big toe with your right 2 fingers and thumb. Reach out. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One breath, no hands. Back. Right foot lands, both hands land. Left leg goes up in the air or stay in down dog, everyone. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ooh. Ready to jump to chair pose or walk? Bend your knees. Last time, everyone. Jump. Inhale, sit in your chair. Exhale, rise up strong. Inhale, pull in your tummy, reach up through your fingertips. And exhale, hands to heart. How are we feeling? Get rid of those Christmas excesses. Step your left leg way back and turn to the long side of your mat. In most of the routines I've done lately, we've put wide leg forward bend in, and I often do that, just pick a pose that I want to keep in most routines so that you can feel a weekly progress. So let's see where we're at with our wide leg forward bend today. Try and really pull up above your knees. Kick out your heels if your knees allow that. Remember, if that hurts your knees, don't do it. Just keep your feet neutral. Placing your hands on your hips and pulling in your belly. Breathing into a little baby back bend, lifting your chin and chest. Breathing out, half forward bend. At this point, it's always okay if you use blocks normally to have them on your mat, or even one just to hold if you don't go very deep, because it's good to get the legs nice and straight. And then the spine will start to, like the hips will allow your spine to come into the position more strongly. So either hands on a support or flat down under your shoulders. So feel where your shoulders are and bring your hands directly under them. And your hands are more or less in line with your feet as well at shoulder width. Trying to stay nice and long, keep the weight through to your toes as well as your heels, and look through between your elbows. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you managed. Remember, the word vinyasa means to arrive interestingly. So rather than doing all those poses like staccato, we'll do this pose, we'll do that pose, we'll do the other pose, we have this flow in between to arrive more interestingly. Now, keeping your feet as they are, walk forward up onto your fingertips. Take one heel toe in, so just a little narrower, and bend your knees. And then climbing your hands onto your thighs. Breathe in and reach up strong. Breathe out. Inhale and turn your right foot to the right. And exhale the left heel a little bit, kicked out to the left. Now legs are straight and strong. Pelvic floor is lifted and tailbone is dropped for triangle. Breathing in, how's your arms feeling as you lift them up? Breathing out, hold. Inhale, reach over to the right, and then exhale the knuckle side of your right hand to the inner lower right leg. Lift your head away from your right shoulder as you look at your left arm. Try to bring it up, nice straight line. Fingers, wrist, elbow and shoulder in line. Press the top ribs gently back, rotate. Triangle is a little bit of a twist. Strong foundation through your feet. Now as you breathe in, take a little bend in your right knee and lift up strong. Breathe out, bring the hands to the hips. Turn the right foot in and the left leg out for triangle to the left. Kick out your right heel. Inhale, arms up, shoulder height. Exhale, tummy in, tailbone down. Inhale, reach over to the left. Try not to tip forward, stay back and come into your triangle on the left side. Lifting your head up, looking at your right arm, reaching up for the ceiling. Don't worry about reaching for the floor, reach for the ceiling, really stretch. And again, this slight feeling of rotation on the right ribs pulling back. Strong breathing. So do you have what it takes to stand up for those being bullied? Even in a situation where you know you might be a little bit under attack yourself, but you wouldn't stand by and see something happening. You would try your best to help. Always make sure you're safe, of course. A little bend in your left knee, breathing in, rise up, hands to the hips. Breathing out, turn the toes in on the left. Inhale, rotate the right leg out. Exhale, left heel away, just like before. But this time, inhale and bend your right knee deeply. Now watch you don't go tipping over with your upper body. So as you breathe normally here, just find your center. So think about the top of your head, right above your tailbone, don't lean. If you feel that your knee is shooting over beyond your toes, you need a little bit more width between your feet. And it might be after such a strong sequence that your hips are nice and open now, and you might do your widest warrior yet. So deeply lunge into the right leg, but keep your torso upright. Center your torso to the long side and bring your arms yet again up to shoulder height. Now strongly turn your head so you're looking at your middle right finger. One more breath in Virabhadrasana 2, strong and steady. And then rotate your right arm so you can see the underside of your arm and your palm. Place your left palm on your left thigh. And as you look up, reach your right arm up and feel a stretch on the front right side of your body, the compression on the back left side of your body. Lift. Be strong, be centered, be completely grounded, open and released with your front body. One more breath in. As you breathe out, come back to Virabhadrasana 2 and then swing the right arm round, turn your torso to face the right short end of your mat and clasp your hands for the humble warrior. Just we're very humble warriors. Bringing the arms up, bring the torso over your right leg and look down at the earth. Bow your head in humility. Two more breaths. Inhale, rise. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, center the feet like the wide leg forward bend position. Exhale. Take a moment in the center. Let's do those 3 to the other side. So Virabhadrasana 2, Surya Virabhadrasana, and the humble warrior, which I don't think there is. There probably is a Sanskrit name for it, but it's a newer position. Left leg rotated out, right heel flicked away to the short right end of your mat. Torso centered, don't hitch up your hip or anything. Bend into your left leg. And from there, see if you feel you can maybe take a little bit more width. Keeping this left thigh really working, bending, keeping your right leg really straight and those core muscles lifted. Breathing in, raise the arms, breathing out, look strongly at your left hand. Not too high on the arms, keeping them armpit height. Keep the neck working. 5 breaths here. It's great to read these stories to your family as well, like the Ramanya. And all the lessons that are in the stories are valuable lessons on how to live our life to its best. Spin your left arm so the palm is up and place your right hand on the right back of thigh. Watch your left knees not falling in, so check that before you go up into Surya Virabhadrasana. And then raise your gaze, raise your left hand, open the front left side. Breathe. 5. After your 5 breaths, bring the left arm, sweep it behind, interlace with the right hand. Rotate, try and get your shoulders to face the short end of your mat and fold over your left thigh. Look down at the earth and bow. 5. After your 5 breaths, come up strong, back to your warrior 2 last time, and then bring your hands to your hips, straighten the legs and spin your toes forward. One more time in the wide leg forward bend. Inhale, little back bend, heel possible. Exhale, halfway forward, nice long spine, and drop down, rotating. Buttocks are rising up, weight is right through to toes and heels. Hands under shoulders, drop the head. Looking through between the elbows, breathe. One more breath. Fingertips forward, come up a little, and heel toe your feet all the way together. Once your feet are close together, rock onto your toes, lifting the heels off the floor, and squat down so your bottom is against the backs of your heels. Holding here, bring your hands to prayer pose, toe squatting. And we're going to come all the way down onto our bottom. Bring your hands to the floor and lower yourself down so you're facing so your feet are facing the opposite short end of your mat. No more standing. You've had enough of that. Your legs will be tired. We do still have to use our hip flexors in this next pose, especially our psoas. Remembering that your psoas originates from the lower back vertebrae, and tendons and ligaments, fingers if you like, of this big conglomeration of muscle then comes up and over the rim of your pelvis and through and attaches to the thigh bone. So tightness in the back often needs the thighs stretched. Thigh stretching will really help your hip flexion as well. So everything works together. So this next pose, if you lift your legs fully, can be quite tough on the hip flexors. If you're finding there's more going on in your hips than there is in your stomach, then please bend your knees, because this is meant to be a core position. It's Navasana, the boat pose. As we mentioned, an ocean, we'll put in a boat as well. So we'll bend our knees. We'll hold on to our knees, and the toes are sticking up in the air. Feet slightly apart, knees slightly apart is usually best for most people, although you can have them together if you like. Now drawing up through the core muscles, so pelvic floor lifted, perineum, navel scooped up, neutral spine. Don't force your spine into any different shape than neutral. Lean back until your elbows are straight and you can feel that your core muscles are having to work. From that position, hold on tight to your tummy muscles from inside and release your arms, thumbs up. Not too high, just in line with your armpits. Shrug the shoulders down and keep a space under your chin. Squeeze your tummy, lean back a tiny bit more, unless if your back starts to round, come up a little. Then if you can, lift one leg a little and the other. So like I say, keeping the knees bent might be the best option for you. However, if possible, straighten them and lean back a little more and squeeze your tummy tight for full Navasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, now listen, 1. Reach your arms up, come up, and slowly with control, lower your heels down and reach up to sitting up tall. Inhale, reach up even higher. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Holding on to legs or dropping, holding on to the outsides of your feet to encourage the little toe to be level with your big toe. Reach your crown forward as if you're trying to get the very crown of your head to touch the toes. Reach the crown forward. Similar to how we started the class, we have a few different moves that we did where we're on our back. We're now going to do them sitting. So just let your arms trail up your legs as you come upright, and then bend your right leg at the knee. Take the right ankle. Make sure you don't put this hard bony bit right on your leg or it will hurt. So out turn the right leg, come more around this way, and then place beyond the ankle bone on the thigh. Just above your kneecap there should be a fleshier part. If you go too high, it's really painful. If you go right on the knee, it's really painful. So just above the patella on the thigh should be a spot that's doable. You could, if you have one nearby, you could use a strap here around your left foot, like so. Or you could keep your hands out to the sides and encourage a forward flexion. Or you can bring your hands to your foot and you try to hook your toes around your upper left triceps. So left arm in here, toes are around, right hand on the inner foot. Sending again the crown of the head forward, reaching the chest forward. Strong stretch on the left hamstrings, yes, and the left calf. The whole back of the left leg and the spine. One more breath here. Keep the left leg as it is, and as you breathe in, rise up, cross the right leg all the way over. So the foot is now on the floor flat. If you wish, also tuck your left heel in so that your bottom is still on the ground for a twist to the right. Inhale, arms up, stretch the spine. Exhale, right hand grounded, left arm across. Twist. Involve the neck. Ramayana. If I say it often enough, it's just one of those words that I keep mispronouncing. Of the book I'm telling you about, the stories of Rama. Ramayana. Ramayana. If you're thinking about getting a copy, do message me and I'll give you the name of the author, the version that I read a few months ago in the yin class, because it's the most easy to read, exciting version of the book. Did I bring it with me? Eek, I might not have, but I'll be able to find out. Now, as you breathe in back to the centre, rotate your torso to the left just for an exhale. And then come back through centre. Stretch out your legs. One more time from the top, including your Navasana again. Bend your knees. You can keep your feet down this time if it's all getting too much and you want to wind down a little bit more, or just one more time with the legs either up at 90 degrees or straight out. Start from the very beginning, lifting up tall, drawing up from the pelvic floor, leaning back, find your place and then release the arms forward, not too high. Squeeze your tummy, keep your chin in a neutral position, maybe lift a little or a lot. Lean back, maybe a little more. 5, 4, 3, you remember how we come down? 2, 1. Arms to the sky, inhale. Squeeze your tummy, lower your legs with control. Exhale, inhale, rise taller. Exhale, full forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Breathe. Inhale softly up through the upper body and exhale, bend your left leg at the knee. Taking the left leg, again remember, just be careful of the bony bit of your ankle hurting your leg there, and don't let your right leg roll out to the right. So a neutral right leg, a crossed left leg, maybe using your strap, just like the other side. Maybe full position, holding your foot, left toes cuddled around right triceps, left triceps underneath the shin bone of your crossed left leg, reaching the crown forward. Breathe. As you breathe in, keep the leg position as you rise up. Breathe out, ground your left foot over to the right of the right leg. Perhaps also tucking right leg to the left of the left side of your bottom. Lifting up nice and tall, inhale, rise. Exhale, turn to the left, left hand behind, right hand across, or upper arm across, if that is doable for you. Twist. As you inhale back to the center, take an exhale to the right and release. Now stretch the legs out for one more Paschimottanasana, just to see if it's your easiest one yet with all the movements that we've done. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, tipping over your legs and catching feet or legs anywhere. 5 breaths. After 5, just let your arms trail up the legs or the floor until you're upright and come to a comfortable sitting position. Please do feel free to grab a cushion, and I'm just going to do a quick time check. See where we are. Good, good, good. Yes, that's fine. Sitting up nice and tall. Giving you a moment if you want to get cushions, etc. We're going to finish in a sitting position. So as you come to this sometimes called easy sitting pose, just crossing your legs comfortably or whatever is best for you. Just feel really where you're at. Where is your weight? You want to maybe just shift and let one bottom cheek come off the floor and then the other. And you might notice that a bit like standing, sometimes we have a little bit more weight on one side than we do on the other. So try to equalize the weight. If you're really uncomfortable, get another cushion, get another block, come higher. Then close your eyes and rest the backs of your hands on your knees. Take the index finger and thumb tip together and lift up through the crown of your head, keeping a neutral chin. Don't tuck your chin in, don't lift it up. Nice neutral neck. And notice your spine. And notice if your weight is going back. So does your back tend to round? Notice. It is said that if we lean back in this type of posture, then we're lingering in the past, unwilling to move forward. Whereas some of us might be leaning too much forward. We might be taking our arms way beyond our knees and tipping our torso right over our feet almost. This is with too much speed rushing into the future. So we want to be very much in the center, right here, right now. Very upright, grounded, centered. And keeping our left hand in Chin Mudra. Now take your right hand up in front of your face and make a gentle fist for Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Bring your thumb out of the fist, your pinky and your ring finger. This is called Vishnu Mudra. And Vishnu was the father of Garuda, and then Garuda was the uncle of Sampati and Jatayu. Tuck the arm in, don't let the elbow flare up to the right. Take a breath in through both nostrils. And as you exhale, cover your right nostril. Inhale left. Pinch the nose, hold the breath. Release the right nostril to exhale right. Inhale right. Pinch and retain all the energy you've brought in. And release left to exhale what you don't need. Inhale a fresh lungful of prana. Pinch the nose so the energy can go through your body. As you release the right nostril, let go of what is no longer serving you. Keep that going in your own timing. Keep going, another few rounds. Just reminding ourselves about the lessons from today's sequence. Using our strength wisely, cautiously. We should never forget our friends and always be there to help them when we can. Stand up for the weak. Be courageous against the bullies. Do what's right, and where possible, serve with humility and grace. The next time you breathe in through your right nostril, you'll end your Nadi Shodhana practice there, alternate nostril practice. And placing your right hand under your left with the palms up and the thumb tips touching, you let your arms rest on your lap. Your eyes closed and the breath centered, feeling the effects of your practice, feeling the effects of the pranayama, the Nadi Shodhana pranayama, balancing, bringing us back into a place of homeostasis, complete balance of health and energy, hopefully feeling good, feeling centered. Feeling calm and strong. Be here. Be here now. Breathe. Yogis, you can of course now lie down and be in Shavasana if you wish. I'm going to bring class to a close in a seated position, but of course you can continue with relaxation. If you're going to stay seated to say goodbye, then we bring our hands to Anjali Mudra and bow our heads slightly. Blink our eyes, let the light in. And then lifting our gaze as if we could really see each other, we say to each other, Namaste, Namaste. I've really enjoyed leading you in today's sequence. I hope you make use of it again, but again I will be repeating it on Thursday, so there'll be another live on Thursday, 12:15 your time, and yin class tomorrow evening for you guys, afternoon for me. Thank you so much, and any questions, please do get in touch. Bye-bye for now.